podcast of all time.
So you guys want to talk about that? Introducing your hosts, Isaiah
and Micah, bringing you a special guest every episode. We are the HatTrick Sports Podcast.
You ready, Jake?
Yes, I am.
All right, so this is Jake Nolan. You gotta want to explain who you are?
I'm Jake Nolan, college pitcher, currently injured, currently rehabbing, and excited to be on.
Yeah. So you are obviously a big baseball fan, right?
I am, yes.
Right, you watch a lot of sports.
I do. I try to mix some other ones in.
Yep.
In the Major League Golf season.
All right, so since you're what I think to be a Major League fan, or a baseball fan majorly, if that makes sense. You hear about the Robbie Ray signing?
I did.
Trade.
I did. The Mariners and the Giants.
Mitch
Struck
Haniger
a
goes
deal.
back to Seattle.
Yep. So the Giants got Robbie Ray from the Mariners for Mitch Haniger and Anthony. Who is this guy? Anthony
DeSclafani?
Yeah.
Jersey native.
All right.
New Jersey
He's
native.
been kind of. He hasn't been bad. But he's been a solid guy for the bullpen.
Average.
Yeah.
Below average.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, I've never heard of that guy until the signing.
Yeah, he pitched
Really?
every once in a while.
No, I've never.
He was on the Reds earlier in his career.
The Reds. Who cares about the Reds?
Yeah. People in Cincinnati.
People in Cincinnati. Cincy.
All
was a
12 of
starter.
them.
Yeah. He's a starter pitcher?
He was.
Yeah, I
he
think
was
he
a
went to the
starter with the
bullpen.
Reds.
He went
I
to the
guess-
bullpen in San Francisco, I believe.
All right. And then Bauer. This is. Bauer says that he's a top 15 pitcher in the world. So Trevor Bauer, if you guys don't know, got into some trouble, however you guys want to interpret it, in 2020, and basically went to Japan, started playing baseball there, and is wanting to come back to the major leagues after Rob Manfred and the MLB pretty much saying, you're suspended for this time, and Bauer, obviously being the controversial guy that he is like, I don't really want to. But now he's saying he's a top 15 pitcher in the league and wanting to come back. What are you
In the
guys' thoughts on
Japan
this?
League, yes. In the MLB, I don't think so.
Jake, what are your thoughts on this?
I don't know. He's borderline. I know he had a rough start in Japan, and I think he's a great pitcher. Top 15
In the world.
I think he's got to, he's just got to prove himself again if he gets back to the MLB. In Japan, the style of play over there is different. I think he's got to prove himself when he gets back.
I mean, I can name 3 players that played in Korea that are better than him.
Who?
Shohei, Yamamoto, and Kodai.
Yeah, there you go.
That's 3 just from the Korean Baseball League, which isn't even...
Japanese.
Oh.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think that's Korea. Japan. But yeah, I think it's very bold if you're not in the major leagues to say you're a top 15 pitcher, because I feel like teams would want to sign you more if you were top 15. Like, people would be coming at him instead of you going at teams.
Yeah.
Well, he's just got a lot of baggage, though.
Yeah, that's true. Remember when he threw that ball
Comes
over
along with
the
that.
center field?
Well, when he was in Cleveland, when he was in Cleveland, he was really good. Then once he went to the Reds, he was still good, but not as good. And then then the thing happened, and now he's just in Japan.
See, I don't mind when he threw the ball over center field. Like
That was impressive.
I get
To
the
me, that was
optics.
impressive.
I get
Can
the
you do that?
optics.
Can you start 400 feet?
No, I can't throw 400 feet now. God, no. But, it's impressive, but I think it shows his passion in the game and the standards that he has on himself. Nobody wants to go out there and just start sucking it up, so... I don't know, but there's been a lot of guys that have gone overseas to play, and they've come back a better player, and they've had a resurgence in their career with Miles Michaelis or Marcus Thames, Roberto Suarez, the guy, the reliever for the Padres.
I know that reliever.
Had a career year last year or 2 years ago, and so I don't know. Yeah, it's just got to be who has the guts to pull the trigger with him.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of teams need him also, so I feel like it's going to be done soon.
I wouldn't mind if he goes back to the Dodgers. I mean, I loved him with the Dodgers, and again, it's...
So you're going to have a 20-man rotation with 10 of them injured. And then what do you do when they come back?
Well, Bauer's not injured.
No, I'm saying you have like 10 guys injured right now pitching, and you have like a 20-man rotation, including them.
Yeah.
So once they come back, are you going to go with a 20-man rotation?
I don't know.
But the Dodgers have done enough damage in
I'd say so.
free agency this year for the rest of
salary
baseball.
cap.
We need one more pitcher. There's no salary cap.
Yeah, they need to add a salary cap.
No, I don't think so.
I think so.
Yeah, Jake, this has been a little controversial throughout the few episodes. Do you think MLB needs a salary cap, or I think they need a salary minimum? For like a percentage of income that a team gets, they need to put it into
Okay, well,
payroll.
let's say a manager has 2 teams that he owns. Like the Vikings manager, he owns Orlando City. Let's say like a big a Premier League team or whatever, and you own an MLB team. They're going to put almost everything into the Premier League team because that's the team that actually matters the most.
That's why there needs to be a minimum. But Jake, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, I think, teams like the Oakland A's or, the Rockies, the Royals, who haven't been spending a ton of money, are just doing the worst possible thing to their fans. And Oakland is going to, end up having to move here. So I think the minimum is an interesting idea, but I don't think it'll ever come to fruition.
No, it won't. But just think about a percentage. I don't know what goes into the finance of MLB teams, but pick a percentage, and that all goes to player payroll.
Well, what if you're trying to get people, but people just keep outbidding you, and just keep going? How are you going to get a minimum if nobody wants to come to your team?
Well, I wouldn't say you could have a minimum. I know the NFL has a shared deal where all their TV rights or something like that, a percentage of that kicks back into the league to try and make it a relatively even playing field. But I don't know how you can structure that in the MLB.
Yeah, but Bauer claims that he has been talking to some MLB teams. Whether that's true, I believe that it's true, but whether he's close to the deal or not, I'm not quite sure of. But it'll be interesting to see if he plays in the spring.
Yeah.
And who signs him if somebody signs him. I think that it was just he just went to Japan to figure out his life kind of, because he had the mindset of a teenager, a 19 to 20-year-old until 2020. And I think he went to Japan, kind of collected himself a little bit, and I think he's going to come back a little calmer. Still determined, but much calmer and maybe more electric.
So I think the heat off him.
Yeah.
I think a calm Trevor Bauer is Trevor Bauer. Because when he plays mad, he plays better. When he plays from behind, he's not giving up another run.
But you can separate that from your on-field demeanor to being away from the game. The best can just flip that switch.
Yep. And then the Mets sign Harrison Bader.
Good sign for them. They need some outfield.
The Yankees should have never let him go.
Yeah.
Everybody that wants to be a Yankee and expresses that they want to be a Yankee, the Yankees just deal away. And it's a shame. He's a hard-nosed player, good guy, good New York guy, hometown kid, and we'd rather have Billy McKinney run around.
I don't know why you'd have him, but
so they signed him for $10.5 million for a year. That seems like a fair contract for him, right?
Yeah, it seems.
I think it's a little bit on the higher side, but I think everything
that.
on the Mets is a little bit inflated now on their salaries because I think the players have some leverage. But
very much.
I think he deserves it. He definitely deserves a fair shot at it.
Yeah. The Mets, I think, are just a little jealous of what they thought they could do last year. And
I don't think it's
2 years ago.
think jealous.
Well, I don't know what the right word. Jealousy isn't the right word, but I think they're just trying to build that back up again, which I don't think they can. I think they've already overtopped it and goes back to the bottom again.
Well, they have a good team. Just they need catching. Because they lost Francisco Alvarez, I believe.
Yeah.
So they lost a catcher. So now they need a catcher. They still kind of need some outfield. I mean, they have first base. They have some of the infield, but it's just not a complete team.
I think the more interesting topic would be is where's Bader going to play with Nimmo? Because Nimmo commands center field, and so does Bader. I think he's a center fielder at heart. So it'll be interesting to see what they do there. But the Mets they're a mess. They just need an organizational overhaul.
Yeah, I think you put Bader in left because Right, normally you save like the guys with the cannons.
They got Marte out there. He's got a good arm.
Yeah, because Beta doesn't have a cannon like that. He's a good outfitter. He doesn't have a cannon.
Yeah.
So I say put him in left. Then you got Nimmo in center. You got Montaigne right.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not.
That's a good start.
Yeah. For what you're working with, I guess. And then I think MLB is going to start slowing down on signings. I think potentially if Bauer signs with somebody, that'll be like the last big guy to, or besides
like Snell.
Besides Snell.
And Hader.
Hader just signed.
Beta.
Oh, okay.
No,
You're saying Hader.
Yeah, Hader.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a few more guys, but I think MLB's kind of slowing down with signings. I mean, obviously the big signing, and I'll mention this every single episode, is Shohei and Yamamoto.
Watch Yamamoto do bad. Just watch it.
But is that all you guys have for MLB?
Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah.
All right, so let's. A few things have happened in NBA recently. Draymond looks like he's going to return the season.
Draymond needs 1 week of some program, and then he'll be back to play.
That's interesting.
But I can almost guarantee you, in the first 2 weeks, he'll do something again. Whether they call a penalty on him, whether they fine him again, or they suspend him again, something will happen in the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, I don't think. That's just it's in his DNA. I think he's a physical kind of player, and the NBA was like that for a while with the Pistons and Bill Laimbeer, but for now, everything is a tech. So I think he owes it to his teammates and the organization to figure it out and be able to be on the court for an extended period of time.
He grew up in the bad boy Pistons locker room, so it makes sense where he got all this from.
You got to learn it though. I mean, it's been 50 years or 40 years. Sorry. You got to learn from that. I mean, there's been a lot of time since then, and obviously NBA is a lot different than it was 40 years ago. But yeah, you can't be fighting people.
No,
it's just a bad look for the NBA. It's a bad look for everybody.
You can't be stepping on guys intentionally like that.
Punching guys, yeah. We've established that in other episodes, but yeah. And then the Nuggets and Warriors, was it?
Yes, it was.
Amazing comeback. Micah's the Nuggets fan. Jokic with that, was it half court?
You're a Nuggets fan?
Yeah.
And an Astros fan?
And the Steelers fan.
Yes.
Not the Chiefs?
No, I knew that was coming.
And guess what year Micah started in the Ashes?
2017.
Correct.
Spring training. It was spring training.
But yeah, Micah, you want to talk about the Nuggets comeback, and then Jokic being more excited about that buzzer beater than him winning the finals.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like Jokic when he was drunk at the parade, actually happy about playing basketball.
It was drunk Jokic.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Give him Irish pub. Just put it right there in the stadium.
But he shot that like a dude that hasn't played basketball in his life. He just went up and chucked that thing hoping. And it somehow went in. And it didn't go in swish or off the backboard.
He called it glass.
Yeah, but it went around the rim. Who makes a buzzer beater from half court around the rim? Either go swish or off the backboard.
No, he banked it.
Yeah, but it was around the rim.
It was a
buzzer beaters don't go in like that. I don't.
Did you see this?
When you only miss 3 shots in your last 5 games or whatever, you can make shots however you want.
He didn't miss a shot against last year's defensive player of the year with the triple double.
So. One thing I thought was really cool was he called glass, and then after the game, everybody's reporting him. Somebody, I think it was NBA on TNT or whatever. They asked, "Did you call glass on that?" And Jokic was like, "I'm just glad I made it," and something. So I thought it was funny that he called glass in the middle of backboard. In the middle of the play. Never seen that before.
I think it was Jonathan Kuminga. He was on the sideline and he saw him shoot it and he was like, oh boy. And then he just walked away once it went in.
And then the Magic officially retired Shaq's number.
The first Magic number to ever be retired,
yep.
I believe. As it should be. I mean, Shaq was the most dominant player of all time.
Woo! You think so?
Who else?
Michael Jordan.
Dominant.
Michael Jordan.
Dominant? I'm giving that to Shaq.
Whoa, what? Do you actually believe that?
I don't think he's the best of all time, but I think he's the most dominant. I don't think that's
Okay.
Like force of nature.
Yes, like if he's going to the paint, he is scoring. You're not blocking him. He will shove you out of the way.
What was the percentage of finals won to seasons played against Shaq and
dominant,
Jordan?
meaning like if you go 1-on-1 against him, no one's beating him in the paint.
Okay.
He was the most dominant in the paint by far.
All right.
I feel like a lot of people think that. Who is more dominant in the paint?
Comment below.
Who is more dominant in the paint?
Yeah, who do you think was more dominant in
LeBron James.
No, but
He can rise up from, outside of the paint.
Right, but
just
so
go
can
in.
Shaq, and he's like 500 pounds.
Yeah, but Shaq just bullies his way in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the most dominant. He can do what he
other
wants.
guys got to have some skill involved with, getting to the rack. But I don't know. I think the Magic retiring Shaq's number is kind of like the Mets retiring Willie Mays' number.
Yep.
It's like...
Yeah, it's like he wasn't mostly on the team. He wasn't
Like
known
when you think of
mostly.
Shaq, you think of him as a Laker.
Yeah, with Kobe.
So, I mean, I think, it's a great honor, but...
Yeah. Is it needed? I
No.
think it'd be... Yeah, that's...
All right.
It's not amazing.
Do you guys have anything else for NBA?
No.
We're flying through this. Let's move on to our sponsor. Treat yourself to the perfect snack with Little Bites. These bite-sized wonders are packed with flavor and ideal for on-to-go enjoyment. From moist, delicious muffins to a variety of tempting flavors, Little Bites make snack time a mini celebration. Grab a bag today and indulge in the joy of these perfectly portioned delights. So, that's a perfectly portioned... How many Little Bites do you think there should be in a pack?
Like,
Over, under 4.5?
over.
Definitely over. I mean...
6.
8? 10?
10? I'll take 10.
That's like a
Just
pack.
just keep going up.
Yeah, just...
This is like a pouch.
It needs to be
It's
more.
a bag.
But thank you, Little Bites. Do you like Little Bites? Like going
do.
into third grade lunch, opening your lunchbox to Little Bites?
I do, but I only like the chocolate chip kind. It's got to be like the
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
like the vanilla cake and chocolate chips.
Yep.
Those are the best.
What about the blueberry?
No,
You don't like blueberry?
I don't mix my fruit with my desserts.
Interesting. Do you like fruit for dessert?
No,
Oh.
like
he
a
just said
parfait.
he doesn't mix them.
Well, no. I'm saying like just fruit. Like after your meal, you just...
No,
eat
that's
fruit.
not dessert. You're just trying to be
Yeah.
healthy.
Okay. Okay.
Like I don't like apple pie.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't like cherry
pie.
pie.
Nope. Yeah, I don't like those kind of...
You don't like
Spice.
apple pie?
Carrot cake. That's a vegetable.
I thought he loved apple pie. Well, not loved it, but I thought you liked it.
All right, so thank you, Little Bites. Now, on to NCAA.
Sure.
All right, so what did you predict last week for the playoffs?
Last week I did Michigan and Texas.
And I had Michigan and Washington. And so far I'm right. I had Michigan winning it all. And then Jake, obviously it's Michigan and Washington.
Yeah. Last week I was rooting for Michigan and Washington.
Yeah.
I
I
will
was
say
rooting for
that.
them too.
But I'm rooting for Washington here. I think Michael Penix is a guy that I can really resonate with. He's been injured a lot in his college career, and so the resilience that he's shown to get back to his sport's biggest stage, I think is awesome, and it's fun to watch.
National championship
And,
is just fun to watch to begin with, though.
Oh yeah, But I mean, I've been watching them most of the season, so I'm happy for them that they're in this spot. But I like Michigan, but I think Washington is gonna pull away with it.
Okay. Micah.
I want Michigan, and I think Michigan will win it like 31-28. I think it'll be a close one, but I got Michigan winning it.
I still do have Michigan winning it all. I don't know if it'll be close or not. I don't know. I could see Michigan winning by 2 or by 10.
I can see Michigan winning by a lot. I can see Michigan winning by a little. I can see Washington winning by a little. I can't see Washington winning by a lot.
I'm gonna say Washington 45-35 over Michigan.
Washington. Okay.
40.
40. Oh, I'll put Michigan. It's gonna be a high scoring game. 40-35.
Okay. So only touchdowns?
Sure. Only 38-45. 45-38.
Okay. So okay.
Sure. We'll keep that at that.
Okay.
Oh, I said that wrong. Whatever. And then Pop-Tarts, the Pop-Tart mascot. This happened a few weeks ago. Why are we just now talking about it?
I don't know. We didn't talk about it last week, so we're talking about it now.
talk about it last week, so we're going to talk about
It needs to be talked about.
potentially the greatest mascot in all of
Not
NCAA.
potentially the greatest mascot in history of anything.
In the history of it, the greatest mascot of all time.
That was the best mascot.
You're an Astros fan. You don't think
Pop-Tart was better than Orbit.
oh my goodness.
Orbit sucks.
Yeah, well, we know that.
It's like
but-
the Astros suck.
Yeah, I second that, so that's the vote. 2-1.
I'd say the Philly Fanatic is probably the best mascot ever.
Let's could be biased, but I think Orbit's better than the Philly Fanatic.
Very biased.
It's not very biased.
Look at your
The
hat.
Philly Fanatic is like cultural icon.
Orbit's always messing with people, and that's what I like about him.
I've never seen Orbit on somebody's pair of cleats.
Exactly.
He's never been on a headband.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't see Astros people
I don't
wearing.
see-
I like the Pop-Tart one though. I thought it was good. I think
Hopping into the toaster and
for the bowl games, I think the Pop-Tart and the Cheez-It were the two best.
Cheez It.
Yeah,
Yep.
those are pretty good.
Always love the Cheez It Bowl. But this is a new thing for the Pop Tarts.
Yeah.
You put this on the agenda, Michael. Do you want to talk about this anymore?
I mean, he came out in a toaster, and then he got eaten at the end, I believe.
He did.
Yes.
Correct. And then he was electric all game.
Yep.
Um,
That's why you need to be a good mascot. And I think
You think they just put a college player in that suit, or do you think there was somebody?
a college player probably wanted to be in it, so I don't doubt it.
Yeah, I don't see anybody else.
Yeah.
Jake,
I don't see anybody with a diploma getting in there. I would say those two are the best like two bowl mascots, but the best college mascot got to go with Notre Dame, Fighting Irish.
Yeah. What about the Seminole? It's not really a mascot. It's a Seminoles mascot, right? I mean, it's an actual Seminole. Correct?
Yeah.
I don't think they have a mascot, but TCU, the Horned Frogs. Is that not like the...
What about they have one on the sideline?
Yeah, it's the weirdest, but...
A horned frog? That sounds poisonous.
It probably is.
And then what about the Margaritas? There's a minor league affiliate.
It's actually not. It's the Padres AAA. Sometimes they'll go by the Margaritas.
Oh, okay. I thought it was full-time.
It's usually the Chihuahuas, but sometimes they'll go to the Margaritas.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
You want to play for the Margaritas one day?
I would love to.
Yeah. I heard you get free margaritas after the game. That's just what I've been told.
If you win.
If you win.
Oh, it's the Padres, so you're not getting a lot of those.
All right. What else for college football? Nothing?
No, nothing much has been going on.
I'm a Notre Dame fan, so I'm excited for Riley Leonard to get up to South Bend and get in that system. I think that could maybe put him over the edge of being a bowl team to a serious playoff contender with the expanded 12-team playoff.
Yeah, I'm excited for the 12-team playoff next season.
I think Notre Dame was the most overrated team for like the past 5 years, except for last season.
10 years. But yeah.
Last season, I think that was the one season where they were ranked correctly. They had a good team and they were ranked in the right spot.
Yeah, I mean they blew a couple games, over the course of the season that, easily could have put them, on the bubble, I guess you could say.
Yeah, could have put them higher.
Yeah.
For the playoffs, but I don't know how they didn't start out with a more expanded playoff to begin with. More games, more meaningful games.
More money.
Is more money.
Yeah.
And I don't know who wouldn't want that.
The people actually agree with you to get more money, and you're not doing it. Usually it's the opposite.
Yeah, so that's a flawed system from the start there.
Yeah.
Because who isn't going to sit down and watch college football?
Yeah.
On a Saturday
That's
night.
the Saturday special. And then Sunday's NFL. Just got that whole weekend. Is that it?
That is.
All right. So did you hear about this Jersey Jerry guy, Barstool?
I did. I saw it, but I don't know what the hell is going on.
Did
I say that?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I don't know what the heck is going on with all that, but I saw it on Instagram and explained that to me. He hit a hole-in-one.
So basically, those golf simulators.
Oh, yeah.
So he was trying for 37 hours to get a hole-in-one. He works for Barstool. He got the attention of the Watt brothers, Tom Brady, all these like high-end guys, and he spent 37 hours. It took him 2,627 strokes to get a hole-in-one. Wild. I mean, think about the dedication. I'm sure it was a publicity stunt. Like, going live streaming for 37 hours straight is just unheard of, first of all. But
and hitting a hole-in-one is also
after 37 hours is unbelievable.
Forget that it's not a professional golfer. That's also not heard of.
Yeah, so while this was happening, obviously, I don't know the exact statistics, but millions of people tuned in. Again, Tom Brady was tweeting out it, and then the Watt brothers. There were a few others. Dave Portnoy hired his producer or something, Jersey Jerry's producer, in the middle of all of this, and he finally hit the hole-in-one after 37 hours.
I bet he thought he was never going to hit it.
It looked like he was dead. He had a chiropractor come in. Did you see that part?
No, I saw the still picture with, I don't know what was all over the ground, but I saw him, at the end after it all happened, and he just looked exhausted.
Yeah. But it was like every couple hours they had a chiropractor come in and just like adjust him. It was fun to watch. But this guy's, I'm not saying he's going to be big, but he's probably going to be part of Barstool, or like one of the main guys at Barstool.
Yeah.
Which is a little special. And then NFL, the big topic of the week.
The
big topic. Week 18 is here, and a lot of must-win, must-lose, other stuff must happen, playoff potential games happening this week. We are filming this on the 7th, Sunday, January 7th, and yesterday was the 6th, and that's when the Saturday games happened. The Ravens-Steelers, big upset, and the Colts-Texans, a great back-and-forth, wild game, to say the least. But you want to just talk about those two first, those two games?
Well, the Steelers game, I said I picked the Steelers to win because now
really?
The Steelers are the Ravens are 1-7 against the Steelers since 2020.
The Ravens also played with like a practice squad.
Yes, I understand that.
1-7 since 2020.
Yep.
So you're telling me even with Lamar, they still suck against the Steelers? They're amazing against every other team, but against the Steelers, something happens and they are bad. I don't know what it is, but with or without Lamar, they suck against Pittsburgh. And Tyler Huntley has a Pro Bowl, so don't mess with it.
Jake, did you watch that game at all?
I did. I caught a few plays. I watched the later game more, but
I think everybody did.
Yeah, I think the Steelers went in there and they had a job to do and they got it done. The Ravens had half the team,
like 3 players.
Didn't that? It was a big loss for the Steelers with T.J. Watt, though.
Yeah, the MCL.
Got to watch those
Torn
collateral
MCL.
ligaments.
Torn MCL, probably out for the season if we make the playoffs.
Yeah, what I saw on the screen was it looked like a third grade.
Yeah, it was. Third grade torn MCL.
Sprains, not torn.
Oh.
What happened? Didn't his knee extend back?
Yeah,
something.
It was
it's weird. I don't. Yeah,
a freak play.
Yeah,
Somebody was barreling into him.
stretch your knees, guys. Right, Nick? Jake? You just got to stretch.
I bet he stretches.
You got to stretch every day.
40 minutes.
Protect your MCL, your ACL, whatever it takes.
All the collateral ligaments. But yeah, it's unfortunate to see Watt go out like that. But he did it for the team.
Yeah, he helped us. But now Highsmith has to step up and do what TJ did and what he did. So.
And then the Colts-Texans game. Wow. Back and forth. I was at work, but I was watching the game back and forth. I see him miss the field goal and then score a touchdown, go for 2 after it was 14-6. It was 14-3, then it was 14-6, then it was 14-14. Am I mistaken?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
They went for 2.
I wanted a tie so badly.
Yeah, Mike wanted to tie, obviously, a Steelers fan. And then it was just a back and forth game from there. And then the Colts, all they needed to do was score a touchdown to basically win it. And they go, it was 4th and 1, and they throw a pass. And he just throws it a little behind it. Minshew just throws it a little behind it.
That should have been.
It's catchable.
Jonathan Taylor would have caught that ball. And if the Colts knew what they were doing, they would have played the good running back over the guy that's played 50 snaps in his life.
I think he'll tell you, too. I forget who the running back was, but he would tell you that's a ball that he should have had.
100%.
He said he feels like a failure, but he knows he's not a failure. Kind of. That's what he said.
Okay.
It's a quote.
But, yeah, it's just... Gotta catch that. I know the Colts or the Texans don't really have a real shot at winning the Super Bowl. I mean, the Texans obviously have...
The Texans are probably... Well, if the Jags lose, then they'll play the Browns. And if they win, they'll probably play the Chiefs. So if they play the Browns, I think they're going to win. If they play the Chiefs, I don't know.
But again, you gotta catch those. You gotta catch those.
There's no excuse for that.
The most important play.
The thing is, it hit his hands. Like, if it didn't jam his finger,
it was a little
behind it. Right, but he could have caught it if he just waited like half a second to put his hands out.
Yep.
He was just worried about turning around.
Yeah.
Like
He thought he was going to get lit up or something.
Yeah, it was the right play call, though.
Yeah.
By the OC or whoever was calling that play.
But you got to put in Jonathan Taylor on that. Like, come on.
I wonder if they were...
he only had 6 receptions, that guy.
Yeah.
On the season.
Yeah, I thought it was less than that. It may have been 6. But
they had Jonathan Taylor in, then they called a timeout and took him out.
Yeah, so I don't fully understand why they took him out. He could have had a stub toe. I don't know. There's minor injuries.
He can catch a ball with a stub toe.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what happened, but again, you need that guy for that play.
Yeah.
And maybe they would have double teamed him. I don't know.
Pass to the guy that's open. If you double team someone's going to be open.
Who was open? The guy that missed the catch.
The guy that wasn't double teamed.
So yeah, Texans are in the playoffs officially, and the Colts are eliminated.
That's a good season for both teams, though. Going 9-7 with your rookie going out in week 3.
Yeah, 100%.
That's good.
You have any more thoughts on that game?
Like you guys said, I think it's good for both those franchises. Neither of them had really played a ton of meaningful games in recent years, but that was the first one.
Yeah,
and that was the first time that the Texans have clinched a playoff berth since 2019.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
it was smart because they don't release a week 18 schedule until after week 17 games. So I thought I think the schedulers did right with putting the Colts Texans on the Saturday night game.
Well, Colts Texans didn't have a single primetime game the whole season, I believe.
But it was smart for that game for how that turned out.
It's a winning in. They always do winning in.
Winning in, losing out. Yeah. So I props to the NFL schedulers who had last minute to do that.
Who made some scheduling right this season.
Correct. And then again, I think this happened a couple weeks ago, but the Panthers owner
happened last week.
Throws a cocktail at Jags fans.
Gets fined $300,000.
$300,000, which is only to the. So I looked it up. The average American, not us. People think we're rich because we have 4 TVs. The average American makes about $1 million a year. That's only $152.
Wait, did you say the average American makes $1 million?
Sorry, has a net worth of $1 million.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean it like that. The David Tepper, the guy who threw the cocktail, has a net worth of $20.6 billion. So for him, that's like costing the average American $152 for that fine.
It's still $300,000.
Trust me, I understand that. So I think you think what you want, but I think the NFL did good with that.
Do you think they should have fined him more?
No, I think they did right.
I agree with that too.
I think more. That's a scumbag move.
It 100% is, and I think he should.
Or maybe I think sitting there and watching 4 quarters of a Panthers football game is punishment as well. But in terms of it, like really hurting the guy, like that's.
Did the guy actually get hurt? Who got the cocktail?
No. I mean, like hurting the guy's wallet rather. But I think more could have been done.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. He has the worst franchise, not the worst franchise, the worst team in the league right now.
Yeah.
I mean, how much are you gonna fine him $1 million?
Yeah, for that.
Again, it doesn't bother him.
I would have taken away a draft pick.
A draft pick? That's. I mean.
Well, they don't have a draft pick.
Yeah, I was about to say, didn't they give their draft pick to
the
Texans or whatever?
Chicago.
Chicago, the Bears.
I'm not up on my Panthers news.
Nobody is. Yeah. Not even this guy. But yeah, just don't do that. Just you're an owner. You're sticking up for your team. You're telling your players, hey, oh boy, hey, like stick up for your team. As they tell us in high school, like
I don't think he cares about that team anymore.
He probably doesn't. But represent your team better. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if the Panthers tried to trade up to get that pick back.
Or make him sell the team. I don't know. Do something. But yeah, just bad mood by the owner. And then the AFC North, potentially everybody goes over 500.
If the Bengals beat the Browns this week, which probably will happen because the Browns are not playing Joe Flacco, then it will be the first time in 89 years that 4 teams in the same division have a winning record. Last time out was 1935.
I only know one person that was born before that. But, man, nobody watching this has seen a division all go over 500.
That is insane.
So, yeah, what are your thoughts on this?
Pretty cool.
History is made. Pretty cool. It is pretty cool.
I mean,
I think it shows a lot more like the evenness in competition in the NFL in comparison to other Premier Leagues. You know, with the Pistons just being horrible. You know, like you said earlier, the Athletics. I don't really know who's horrible in hockey right now.
The Sharks, San Jose.
Oh yeah, they had a
They're like
losing
10-1
streak,
or something.
Yeah, Devils blew one last night.
But yeah,
But if you predicted the Bengals to get last in the AFC North, you're lying.
no way,
You did not.
They were in the Super Bowl a couple years ago.
Yeah, you did not.
But they're still going to go over 500.
Maybe. I think they will. But
And
maybe.
if not, that 89 years continues.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
I think
only
the Browns, so go Bengals.
Go Bengals. Yeah, Joe Burrow.
And then I think
Do they have a shot at making the playoffs, the Bengals?
no, they got eliminated.
Okay, so they're eliminated, so they're done.
But I think there's no argument for AFC East is the best division in the league. NFC East. No, it's the AFC. It's the AFC North. I don't think it's debatable anymore.
Just because of the Panthers and Jets in the East.
I don't think it's the Panthers aren't in the East. The Pats.
Or the Patriots. But yeah. So you can't have a 10 of 10 team, a 9 of 10 team, and a 2 of 10 team, and a 1 of 10 team to make the best division.
It's kind of like baseball. Where it's the AL East is undoubtedly the best division in the league. Like with the Red Sox, Yankees, Orioles, Blue Jays, and Rays. AFC North. You can't argue about that anymore. Especially if the Bengals win. How are you going to argue that? That's the best division in 89 years.
Jake?
I don't know. I mean, I think statistically they would be the best division in the league, but
They have the 1 seed, the 5 seed, and possibly the 6 or 7 seed.
I think this year they are, but historically it's probably got to be more of the NFC East.
Yeah, I mean
With
historically, but this
Giants
season
teams of
it's
the past, the Cowboys have
Cowboys, Eagles,
been in the
probably.
mix.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think, again, like Jake said, statistically they're, I guess, technically the best team record-wise, but that...
You wouldn't sit down to go watch Steelers and
Steelers, Bengals,
Detroit.
Steelers, Brown, yeah.
Well, because the main thing in that division is defense. The Ravens are the best defense in the league. Browns have probably top 3. Steelers' defensive line is really good, or at least was. And then Bengals have somewhat good defense. So it's mostly defense, not a lot of offense, which is why no one wants to watch them.
Yeah.
So, Micah, you have some Pro Bowl snubs. People who didn't make
17 to be exact.
Micah has 17 players that he
17.
thinks should have made the Pro Bowl that didn't.
CJ Stroud, Josh Allen, Brandon Ayuk, Amon-Ra, Alex Highsmith, Jalen Hurts, TJ Hawkinson, Tristan Wirfs, Jeffrey Simmons, Antoine Winfield, Bradley Chubb, Jake Elliott, Zaire Franklin, DeMario Davis, Isaiah Pacheco, DJ Moore, and Breece Hall.
Breece Hall, Pacheco, and Stroud is all I heard, and are alternates, right?
Stroud had way better season than Mahomes. There's no reason Mahomes should have been in the Pro Bowl.
Stroud had a better season than Mahomes, and he had a better season than Josh Allen.
Yeah, and
well.
Josh Allen, I also think had a better season than Mahomes. Mahomes wasn't that good this season.
No, but he was also at the mercy of his receivers.
Yeah.
Right, but
Couldn't catch water if they
okay,
fell
so
out, but
if you have, but that your stats are really what brings you to the Pro Bowl. It doesn't matter about your receivers. If you don't have if you're bad receivers, talk to the GM about it. Like that shouldn't get you in the Pro Bowl because you have bad receivers. That shouldn't affect anything.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
I don't think Mahomes should be in there.
No.
CJ Stroud had like a over 4 ratio of touchdowns to interceptions.
Yeah, it was like 21-5 or something like that.
Yeah,
it's insane.
It's ridiculous, especially for a rookie.
Yeah.
So I definitely agree with you on that, and as well as Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah, he definitely should have
I
been.
think he was top 5 in the league for receiving yards. So, and Jake Elliott.
Yeah.
Jake Elliott is a...
How did he not miss it? And, yeah, I don't know how. And I think Harrison Butker missed. He could have made it, but I think he missed it for Justin Tucker. He didn't miss a kick until, like...
Week 16 or something.
He didn't miss a field goal until, like... I think it was a field goal to like week 16 or something like that.
It was late in the season.
I'm glad the Cowboys kicker made it. He didn't miss a field goal until like I still don't think he's missed a field goal. He's missed like a few extra points, but I don't think he's missed a field goal.
Yeah, and this should kind of be his rookie year. This is his first year in the NFL.
What year? Yeah. So Jake, this is another thing that we kind of talk about often, and here is. Do you think Pro Bowls count towards the Hall of Fame? Like, if you're determining if somebody's in the Hall of Fame, does Pro Bowls or All-Stars or any of that count now? Like, anymore? Because
do you look at those to determine if someone should make the Hall of Fame?
Like how many Pro Bowl nominations they've had?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a contributing factor, but I think if you were to, like, weigh it, you know, like if you were to say, like, all right, like Super Bowl championships count for, 10%.
Yeah.
I would say Pro Bowls count for, like, 5% or less. Like I think it's something that people look at less and less because there's always going to be like that's one thing that's really out of your control as an NFL player. Like you're relying on other people to vote you in for some kind of accolade.
But what about like Tom Brady, who was always in the Super Bowl? Or
that's
alternates that like shouldn't be in the Pro Bowl.
That's what I'm saying.
Mitch Trubisky, Mac Jones, and Tyler Huntley all have more Pro Bowls than Julian Edelman. Are they better than Julian Edelman? No. Like that's not even a question.
You got to look at it with very
small
little.
Yeah.
I don't even look at them. Like don't tell me Pro Bowls or All Stars. I don't care.
So do they still get the Pro Bowl even though they don't play? They play in the Super Bowl, or if they don't want to play in the Pro Bowl for injury purposes or whatever?
Should, and I think they do.
Yeah, that should count towards your personal.
And do you think alternates, because people can't play because they're in the Super Bowl or hurt, should have that factor of being in the Pro Bowl?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think
they played in the game.
I don't think a Pro Bowl should count.
They were on the roster.
It's not really a game anymore.
Because they shouldn't have made it, but because someone didn't want to play, they did.
Yeah.
That's why I'm looking at it.
So then they were the next best option.
Right, but they
their
weren't Pro
stats
Bowl.
still carried them to that.
Yeah, but
to that point.
No, I don't look at it.
Every guest has a different opinion on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this again is like a week old. Tyreek's house got on fire. It sounds like it was just a room, and it sounds like
a kid playing with a lighter.
Is that what I heard?
Yeah,
or is
that's
that what
it was.
But yeah, luckily it was only limited to a room. Again, he has that big house, but I'm sure there was some sentimental stuff in there. You just don't want to see that kind of stuff, no matter who it is or whatever.
At least he was at practice, so he wasn't like in the house or anything.
Yeah, no family or anything was injured. That's what I was told or saw, at least.
Yeah, that's what really matters. Like you can replace all that. It sucks, but that's all replaceable. Thank God nobody in the family was. Was in there. But
the Tyreek did the right thing. He came home, obviously mid-practice. He came home and made sure everybody was safe, family, and then later that day, he went back to practice. Which again, part of your house burns down. I'm not going back to practice, but again, that shows us how determined he is in the game and how much this next week means to him.
I think that's going to affect him playing against Buffalo. I don't know if it's going to be for the good or for the bad, but I think it's going to affect him somehow.
You think so?
I think so. He could pop off for 200 yards, or he could stop at like 50. I don't know if it's going to be good or bad, but something's going to happen.
I think it's going to affect him for the better. I don't think it's going to be a distraction. I think it's going to be a motivator.
Yeah.
Like something like that happens, it's a bad situation. So I think it's going to, motivate him and, really, I don't want to say like spark.
Yeah, I know.
But it's gonna,
it's gonna like. Well, let's hope, because go Dolphins, because I do not want the Bills to win.
Oh yeah.
But it sounds like it'll be fixable. I hope no sentimental stuff was ruined. Again, he can buy stuff, but nothing super important. Is that all you guys have? Oh, we need to do Pickems. That's
Yes.
what we need to do. All right, so Jake, you have no idea, but you could be part of the HatTrick Sports Hall of Fame.
The HatTrick Hall of Fame. If
The
you
HatTrick
win
Hall of Fame.
a week of Pickems. No guest has won a week of Pickems.
No guest has won. We all tied. Me, Micah, Hunter tied last week, so I officially won on the year. Micah started off the season like up by 4 games against me.
Not full, but like,
I think it was 3 or 4.
yeah.
But I came back, officially clinched the win. So you guys should like be honored that I'm in your presence.
Right.
You're not a HatTrick Hall of Fame.
And Jake's looking for the first win for the guest
No guest has won a week of Pickems.
all season. So that's why you're here. Where did I put that? Here, just. So we're not going to do the Saturday night games just because they already happened, and
I'll pick the Texans.
and I'll pick the Colts.
What?
No, sorry, not the Colts. The
Please do.
Texans.
Please do.
But let's start off with the Sunday at 1 o'clock games. The Jags and Titans. Micah.
I want the Titans so badly, but I gotta go Jags.
All right, Jake.
Is Trevor Lawrence playing?
He is questionable, so probably. He's trending towards playing as of today.
I'm still going to go Titans.
Okay.
Titans. No, Ryan Tannehill.
I'm not convinced that...
I hope so.
I'm going Jags. And then the Vikings Lions. Micah.
Lions.
Jake.
Lions.
I'm also going Lions.
Feel like it's a no-brainer for that one.
Yep, pretty much. Falcons Saints. Jake.
I'm going to go with the Saints on this one.
All right, Micah.
I'm also gonna go Saints.
All right, and I'm going to go Saints. Jets Patriots. Micah.
Give me the Patriots.
Jake.
Yeah, the Patriots are... What are they, like 10-1 over the last 11 games against the Jets? Something ridiculous.
Are they really?
I think so.
Well, Brady.
It'd be a Bill Belichick thing to do to screw over their draft pick and win the last week of the season.
Yeah, I'm going Patriots.
This is Bill Belichick's last game of the, potentially his career.
I think so.
I think a lot of people think so. And I think he's going to try to go out on a win, so I'm going to go Patriots.
And screw over the Patriots draft picks.
Yeah. Bucks Panthers. First NFL I've ever went to. Bucks Panthers.
Yes. Give me the Bucks.
All right.
Jameis against Cam Newton.
Jake.
Yeah, the Bucks.
I'm also going Bucks. Keep your cocktails in your glasses. Browns Bengals.
Give me the Bengals.
Jake.
No Flacco.
Bengals. I want to see some history.
No Flacco, no win.
For the history, I'm going Bengals. Bears Packers.
Give me the Packers.
All right, Jake.
Packers.
I'm going Bears.
I'm not confident in my pick at all, so I'll pick the same team.
America's team, the Cowboys versus the Commanders.
Cowboys. I picked the Commanders last time, and I deeply regret it.
For the Eagles' sake, I need the Commanders.
So
Pull this one
is
out.
that who you think will win?
Yes.
I made that mistake last time.
Yeah, yes, you did. Broncos Raiders.
What'd you pick?
What?
What'd you pick? You
Oh,
didn't say
I
what you
picked- Cowboys. I forgot to write it down too. Go with Cowboys. Broncos Raiders.
I'm gonna go Raiders.
I'm also going to go Raiders.
And so am I.
I think that coach is gonna stay next season.
Maybe.
Turn it around.
Yeah,
Really good.
he's been doing great.
Somebody that the players can rally around.
Yeah.
The only logo to face the left, the Eagles versus the Giants.
I'm
Jake
going with the
decided
Eagles.
to represent the
Carson
Eagles.
Wentz, the 1 touchdown, 5 interception machine.
For you guys listening on Apple Podcasts or whatever, Jake is wearing a
Carson Wentz.
Eagles, Carson Wentz shirt.
It's A.J. Brown.
It's okay, yeah.
Definitely.
Eagles Giants.
Eagles.
Eagles. Jake, you Eagles.
Absolutely.
Not even a question, Dan.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't
also
need to
going
question
Eagles.
any of us.
Jason Kelsey's last regular season game, potentially. Seahawks Cardinals. There's only one right answer.
Okay, I'll take the right one. I'll take the Seahawks.
There you go. All right, Jake.
I'll take the Seahawks on this one as well.
So am I.
Not by a lot, but Seahawks by like maybe a field goal. Maybe.
And the Rams 49ers.
I'm going to go 49ers.
I have been
I think
going.
the Rams are just they just.
Well, the Niners are benching Brock Purdy, so I've been going back and forth on this, but I'm still going to go with the 49ers.
Okay.
Just because Carson Wentz is playing and he's not good.
All right, and then Chiefs-Chargers.
No Mahomes, still give me the Chiefs, though. No Keenan Allen, no Joey Bosa, I believe.
Jake?
If it's a battle of the backups, I still got to go Chiefs.
Yep. And then the Bills and the Dolphins.
Please, Dolphins. Please, Dolphins. I'm going to go the Bills, but please, Dolphins. I need this so badly.
Jake?
I'm going Miami.
Wow.
Okay, and I'm going the Bills. All right, so Jake, you have the Titans, Lions, Saints, Patriots, Bucks, Bengals, Packers, Commanders, Raiders, Eagles, Seahawks, 49ers, Chiefs, Dolphins. Micah, you have the Jags, Lions, Saints, Patriots, Bucks, Bengals, Packers, Cowboys, Raiders, Eagles, Seahawks, 49ers, Chiefs, Bills. I have the Jags, Lions, Saints, Patriots, Bucks, Bengals, Bears, Cowboys, Raiders, Eagles, Seahawks, 49ers, Chiefs, and the Bills. So it really doesn't matter. I already won. But Jake,
Go Dolphins.
Representing the guest column in Week 18. Love to see it. Do you think you'll win?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's what 17
Never
other
thought
people
I'd
said.
lose.
Yeah.
17 other people also said that, but Mike and I just seem to.
Actually, it was like 11.
God, but yeah. All right, guys, on to Hall of Fame. Yay or nay? All right, so there's our little jingle there. Did you know that was happening?
No, I kind of want to see what the other jingles are.
So we'll do that after the podcast.
All right, cool.
But Michael Brantley officially retiring. Haven't heard the guy in a few years.
He played a little bit last season, but he was mostly injury.
He played 15 seasons, 5-time All-Star, 298 batting average, 117 OPS, over 1,600 hits, 129 home runs, and almost 350 doubles. Is that what that stat was? Yeah, doubles. Career WAR of 34 in 15 seasons is on average two wins above replacement.
Well, that's with his 2 years of injury.
Correct. That is that.
So bump that up a little bit. And
I'm not going to bump that up a little bit. That's a stat.
without injury, we can bump it up.
Yeah, in 2023 he had a 0.1 win above.
Because he only played the playoffs pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. What other stats do you guys want to hear about him before choosing?
I got, what did he lead in that season? Was that doubles?
Doubles in 2015 led the league in doubles, and that's the only thing he led in. Yeah. What other awards do you win? Silver Slugger, 5-time All-Star. Yep. So he won the Silver Slugger in, I don't even know what year.
Well, if you go down, it'll show you on the right side.
What are you talking about?
Keep going, keep going. Nope, keep going. There you go, to the right. It'll say Silver Slugger on it.
Yep. In 2014, he won Silver Slugger with the Indians. He played for the Indians and Astros. Is that all the stats you guys need to hear?
Yeah.
Yeah. I already had my mind made up beforehand.
So, Micah, Hall of Fame your name, Michael Brantley.
If he didn't get injured those last 2 seasons, I probably would have said yay, but it's a nay for me.
Okay, this is my question. If he retired before those 2 seasons, would it be a yay?
He reminds me like a better Ulick Riel, so I probably would say yes if he retired before those 2 seasons.
So you're saying those last 2 seasons took him down from the Hall of Fame?
But with the injuries, and he just didn't play that well.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a nay.
Okay. Jake?
It's a nay, but I think he's a really solid player. You know, like I don't think it takes anything away from his career. You know, he's just a pro hitter, like a guy that you can always rely on. I just don't think he did anything
Extraordinary.
truly outstanding to warrant a trip to Cooperstown.
Above average,
Yeah.
without a doubt. He only led the league in one stat, which was doubles, and in 1 year. You have to be the best at multiple things.
But the batting average is really where I'm looking at most of it, at least.
A career batting average of 300 isn't horrible.
It's good. It's
That's
like really good.
Great.
Very good.
Yeah, I don't know why you
It's going to be
you
going.
made that seem like it was low.
Well, no,
gonna be
I'm just
going
saying,
down.
like, whatever. But, yeah, it's, I don't know, it's close for me. I think, again, the last 2 seasons really brought his WAR down. I look at WAR just.
I don't really, but
I think that's the main stat to determine if you're good or not. And I don't know. I think that just brought him down. Again, you played 13 real seasons in a 34 WAR. Still really isn't that good. I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong. It's good, but it's an A. Yeah, so I'm gonna go nay. So Hall of Fame year, nay. Michael Brantley. Micah.
nay.
Jake.
Nay.
I'm also going nay. Close, but
Yeah.
nay. And he officially retired.
Yes.
So is that all you guys have?
That's all I got.
Forget anything? All right. Thank you guys for watching the 28th episode of the HatTrick Sports Podcast. You can check us out wherever you listen to podcasts and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube for all of our short form content. Check out shop.HatTrickSports.com for all of our merch and apparel. And we'll see you guys next week. All right. See you guys.